if we went to Anfield and got slapped,
Yeah.
cool.
But I'm relating
Where's
to...
the confidence been lost?
I get
Where's
it.
the momentum been lost? What's going on, people? TroopzTV. Back again. Back our blood clot again, you understand? Yeah. Episode 19. Trophy show. There's Sophie. Happy New Year.
Hi,
Subscribe
everyone.
to
Happy New Year.
TroopzTV. I'm out.
No, sit back down.
Why not, man? Can't we just that's it and we're done?
No, babe, you can't just be here when you're all happy and on cloud nine.
I've been here disappointed.
You've got to take the rough with the smooth.
I think I've been taking the rough pause.
I think you have, darling.
That's a pause. I like it. Take the rough blood. I want it bumba clot this. We're not even a minute in, dog.
I really think you have. Well, we've had a few games since then, though, because you've had West Ham, Fulham, and I've had...
No, I had Liverpool, West Ham, Fulham.
Oh, you've had 3.
Yeah, because
then I've had Palace. Oh, and I've had Wolves, which was... Oh, yeah, that was Christmas, so we can talk about that one.
You had Luton.
Well, we could talk about that one. No, Wolves, then we had Palace, then we had Luton. And the Wolves game...
How was your Christmas? Because I ain't seen you like...
Yeah, 'cause I was on my own for Christmas. I just went to my friends for some food and then came back and then just chilled out, really. I didn't really do much, to be honest. I just went to a bar with my close friend. My friends opened up a bar, so I just went down there, support him. Nothing major. I'm not really into New Year's that much anymore. Like, I prefer to do something a bit more quiet, you know?
Do you know what? I think I'm getting old.
I think we are.
I'd rather just go on a holiday.
Yeah, or something.
And rave out of the country. I think England's just dead now.
Well, most people that I know who celebrated New Year's were either out of the country or just at home.
Yeah, I was at home.
If I wasn't at my mate's bar, I would have just you know.
I was going to go out, but then me and Lily were like, nah, bun this blood, man's chilling.
It's cold. It's raining. Like, we're not winning
That's the
football
thing
games.
as well, it was pissing it down on New Year's.
Uh-huh.
I bet Ty blamed the rain.
I think he did. Although, to be fair, at the Fulham game, before we talk about the other ones, because I was there watching Fulham Arsenal.
Sending me videos.
I got invited and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go because it'll be a good game. It's only 5 minutes down the road. It's my local team down the road. Because don't forget, like, up until recently, last couple of years, Fulham were sort of up and down, yo-yoing, weren't they? And a lot of Chelsea fans back in the day, like years ago, would basically go to Fulham on a Wednesday and Chelsea on a weekend.
Yeah, you said that.
So no, I don't support Fulham, but obviously against Arsenal, I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to go and show a bit of support.
Yeah.
But I was more there. I just wanted to see it live with really good seats. I saw I had the full view of what was going on.
Great.
So we could talk about Arsenal first, can't we? And I think after the first goal went in, you took the lead. You just sort of, I was saying to you before, it was like you've gone stale. It's like the boys look tired. Now I know you're saying they've had enough rest and all this sort of thing, but you didn't offer anything. Like you had a lot of the ball, but you didn't really do anything with it. And Fulham were just all over you from the moment that first goal went in, to be honest. And I knew a second goal was coming because of how they were playing. They were all over you defensively. I think you were a little bit shaky. Obviously, Nketiah up front didn't really offer anything. Not that any of them did, though. You know, I didn't think you're looking like a team that sort of like ran out of steam, but it's only January. See what I'm saying? So I don't know whether that's you need a new signing. I don't know whether that's lack of preparation. I don't know. What do you think? They look a bit burnt out to me. That's what I sort of saw on the pitch there. Don't get me wrong. What's he called? Raul Jimenez? Is that his name? Great player. Come back from injury, like solid.
We were the ones that injured him, unfortunately.
Yeah, Willian
Prick.
is playing like he's on fire compared to how he played for you. And they've got a few really good players in there. So I think they fully deserve the win, to be honest. I think they were all over you from the get-go and you just didn't have that spark. Fulham had that spark in them. They wanted to win that game. And I don't feel like you... From what Declan Rice said after the game, I think he speaks really well on camera. You can tell he's disappointed and everything, but it seems to me like they've just lost a little bit of that like momentum. Is it because of is it the pressure, or is it the manager?
Is there? We're in fucking December. What pressure is there?
Or pressure to stay top.
What
Every
pressure?
game matters.
If they stayed top till April last year. 290 something fucking days they stay top.
Okay, so you tell me.
These men are bottling it before even fucking Christmas dinner.
So you tell me, what do you think the issue was against West Ham and against Fulham?
Arteta.
Okay, reasons why?
Lineup.
Okay.
In-game management.
Okay.
Substitutions.
Yeah.
Style of play.
Well, Trossard did come on in the Fulham game. How long to go?
The man put on Tomiyasu into the fucking midfield.
Midfield, I know, yeah.
You have fucking Smith Rowe sitting there. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, what is he doing?
Free Smith Rowe, free Tierney. Yeah? My brother, real left back. This fucking idiot Zinchenko crybaby. Then you put fucking Mertesacker, aka Kiwior at left back, blood. We're putting Mertesacker at left back. This is my club.
Yeah.
Title chasing. David Raya. The man couldn't catch Rona.
Why did he put...
Whenever the ball goes in the box, it's just goal, 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 goal.
Why did he put Tomiyasu in the centre?
I don't know. I'd love to know.
Oh.
I'd love to know. Man said he wants to put more numbers in the midfield, so you put a fucking right back. You have 2 centre midfielders in the midfield on the bench. You have Jorginho sitting there.
Yeah.
You have fucking Smith Rowe sitting there.
Yeah.
And the man you put in the midfield is Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Make that make
sense.
They
were saying after, like, it looked like he was like...
El Neni was on the fucking bench.
Oh.
Another midfielder. But no.
Calm down, babes.
I'm calm.
Listen, I can relate.
I've been calm.
I can relate because Poch's team that he put out against Wolves, for instance, Christmas Eve, I was looking at it like, what the hell is this, basically? And another thing Poch is doing is he's moving everybody around. Everyone gets on my back. They're like, Sophie, that's not a left back. I'm like, well, he might not be, but that's where he's being played, for instance. Like Colwell, for instance, he's a centre back, right? We keep playing him at left. He's not really been that great on the left. Gusto was good, but other than that, Wolves was an absolute shit state of affairs.
Yeah, but you've been shit.
But no.
How can we go to Anfield, draw 1-1, and then come back to fucking London and lose to fucking West Ham and fucking Fulham back to back? How does that make sense?
I get it.
That don't make sense.
I'm saying
it's not
to
like
you,
if we went to Anfield and got slapped.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm relating.
Where's the confidence been lost? Where's the momentum been lost?
I'm just making my point that you think Arteta's to blame because of team selection.
Yeah.
Poch is also to blame in games like
because
that.
He picks Nketiah.
Because of team selection.
What the fuck you picking Nketiah for?
Because of team selection. Huh?
What's he picking Nketiah for?
I don't know, babe.
We created so much against fucking West Ham, yeah? We just couldn't score. Then what do? You take out all of the creative that we did and you put fucking Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
God. Well, you got to support all your players.
Looking like fucking Hakeem.
You got to support all your players.
No.
But yeah, it is his fault.
No.
He shouldn't be putting him in the midfield.
No, I will not support all the players. Because if you're not good enough, I'm not supporting you, blood.
Well, it could have been 3-0 against West Ham. Declan Rice gave away the penalty. But I don't really blame him for that, to be honest, because tensions were high by that point and he, just lost his head a little bit. But great save from Rare.
Yeah. 2-0 down, 93rd minute, you're making a penalty save. What do you want, a fucking Blue Peter badge?
Well, I'm just saying, I thought it was a good penalty save. Something to take away from that game.
Yeah, great.
But no, listen to me, babe. It just looks a bit like you're...
Title's gone.
Deflated. Really? Lee said that?
Yeah, title's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Babe, you've still got time.
We're not going to make no moves in the market. The title's gone. We are not making moves in the market. There's all these rumours, yeah, and none of them will come to fruition. None of them.
And who do you want?
I want Tony.
Okay.
I want Paulina. It's not happening. You understand? There's all these links.
I think Arteta said he was like, we're not going to be making any...
Yeah, we're going to stick with these players. Obviously, he's not going to come out and say what his plan is. Okay. So I'm not looking into that at all. Mm-hmm. That's understandable. But I just don't believe in this board. I don't believe in them. I've never been Cronky, and when all you
I don't think Arteta
were sucking off Cronky and fucking doing this and Cronky this, Cronky that. Cronky's my friend. Oh, look at Edu. Yeah, big up. No, I would never, mate. Yeah. You man put us in this fucking predicament, blood. The only reason you're fucking spending money or have been spending money is because of the fucking Super League thing. That's the only reason. If that never came out, we'd still be in the predicament we was in back then. Mm-hmm. Nothing would have improved. You understand? They keep fucking spending money stupidly as well. Bringing in fucking Havertz for 65 million. You understand?
Hold on a minute.
What do you mean, hold on a minute?
You were praising Havertz.
No, but he was the incorrect signing. They're praising him because he's here now. So there's no, you understand? If he performs good, I'm going to praise. Mm-hmm. But that was not the right fucking move to make. Well, I said, don't fucking get rid of Tierney. What did they do? Get rid of fucking Tierney. Then Zinchenko cost us in fucking 4 or 5 games in a fucking row. Then you have to drop him and put in a fucking 6'5" man who can't even fucking turn a corner, blood. He can't even turn a corner. The man just goes straight, one-way road. You understand? There's no lefts, there's no right. It's a one-way road, blood.
I understand.
I'm fucking fuming.
I know.
Fucking bottle the league, blood.
I would be as well, because I think how you started off the season, and also City have had a bad run of games. That's your chance to capitalise.
City went to Saudi, won a trophy, and came back and are above us with a game in hand.
Yeah.
How can that be possible?
Yes, it is a bit mad.
We went from 1st to 4th.
I know.
From Christmas Day. This is a fucking joke.
I know.
No club has been first on Christmas Day and then been fourth on New Year's Day. But fucking Arsenal Football Club
But I think,
have
right,
fucking done it.
I know, but I think, and I'm looking at Arteta, and people may disagree with what I say about him, but I've always said this. I don't think he has what it takes. He's got you to this place.
He's Brendan Rodgers.
He doesn't have what it takes to get you to like that finishing line. See what I'm saying?
I said it.
Oh, did you say that?
I said it from time.
That's what I feel like, because you know why? I think because he's very, very stubborn in a lot of his decisions that he makes. And I don't think you can be like that if you're gonna, you know, push for the title, push to win trophies in consecutive seasons. That's just the way I feel, though. I mean, I don't know. I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans that do support Arteta and do think he's the right man, but just for me, he doesn't have that extra, like, you know, extra bit. And I think signing Declan Rice is sort of masked over his inability to do that because he's been performing so well. Declan Rice is already a good player. Arteta didn't make him a good player, and he's been instrumental in your like success this season up until the last couple of games. So I don't think he's as great as everybody thinks he is. I think he's got you to a certain point. I think you've made some good signings that have worked out, but again, I don't see him making that extra jump, that extra leap.
I agree. Brendan Rodgers, that's what he is.
If he was good, though, I'd say to you, like, he's good. I don't have anything against Arsenal personally. It's my granddad's team. But, you know, I just think when you're challenging for a title, you need a different type of mentality. Like, if you look at Pep and it, like, Arteta just looks stubborn in everything he does. Like, it's my way and that's the right way. When I look at Pep, for instance, Pep is more like, right, he thinks of things more technically, more tactically. Who should I put on now? It's not really about him. I don't get that. I see him as a strict manager, but it's not about him. Arteta is very much, this is about me.
Ooh, look at me.
Yes. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you are. You're right.
Did you see, moving on to Chelsea, did you see what POCH said?
What?
So he's come out and done like a press conference or whatever else. And he's getting frustrated with people around certain players who get annoyed that they're not being given enough game time. So I only saw this yesterday, right? And I didn't really get what he was saying. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree with what POCH has said. So he basically was like, you know, all these people around the players, they're complaining that they don't get enough game time, but then we give them game time and you don't perform. Yes, the club is angry because they spent money on you and you're not performing. And then he mentioned Nkunku, and he like sort of mentioned certain players. Not so much that he said this about them, but I guess he's implying there's some sort of something going on around the club that certain players aren't happy with the amount of game time they're getting. Now, he says, in the way I took it was, because he's, you know, mixed language type of thing. He's, you know, I'm trying to translate here, but he sort of went on this rant in a calm voice, but it was more of a rant, and I don't know why he said this. I wouldn't have done it if it was me. But he was like, if players are performing, I pick them. But if they're not, they're going to be on the bench. So as a player, you can't complain if you're not getting game time, if you're not performing on the pitch. Well, hold on a minute, mate. You're the one who's playing Jackson week in, week fucking out. So what are you talking about? He played Jackson on the wing against Luton.
Yeah, Luton.
Now, I sort of get it in the sense that he's better with his feet and he can make some really good long balls, etc. He just cannot shoot for shit. He can't shoot. However, you have Sterling on the bench, you have Mudryk on the bench, and you had for the most part Nkunku on the bench as well in that start. It made no sense to me whatsoever for you to say that you're going to play Jackson ahead of Mudryk and Sterling. Sorry, the guy hasn't done anything. The goals he scored.
Ain't he your top scorer?
Yes, but the goals he scored.
Doesn't he have? He has a bit of money in the bank.
I was at the Palace game.
He scored more goals than the whole Arsenal team.
Yeah, but 3 of those came against Spurs. They were tap-ins.
Yeah, but he scored more goals than Bukayo Saka.
But it doesn't matter.
Cole Palmer has more goals than Bukayo Saka.
It doesn't matter. You should, if you watch a clip,
has more goals than Martinelli.
If you watch a clip, right? If you're going to play a player on the wing, we're not talking about goals anymore. We're talking about a winger, okay? You have better wingers on that bench than fucking Jackson. Jackson isn't even a winger. Is he?
Who was playing down the middle? Cole.
Who did we play? We played. So we kept. Who did we play actually?
Because Madueke was on the right.
He keeps changing it, babe. I get very, very, very confused.
Madueke was on the right. I think Cole was in the 10. Gallagher was there. Gallagher was doing his thing, I can't lie. And then who was it? Jackson. I thought Jackson was up front.
No, Jackson was.
But he just drifted to the left. I thought he was up front. I'm not gonna lie.
It was just.
But he was always on the left.
But it was just odd. I'm gonna have to look back at it. We've played a few games since
So what's
then.
he saying that?
He basically was
What,
like,
Kuku's pissed off that Jackson's playing instead
I
of
don't
him?
know if he.
But ain't he just come back from injury?
No. He
Or is it Mudrik's people that's cussing?
No. He just
Get
said.
some Ukrainian mafia man into the fucking changing room.
I think he was sort of saying people. He didn't name names. He just sort of said like people. He did throw in Kunku in there, but he wasn't saying it was the player
did he throw
necessarily.
Kunku in
He was saying it was people around him.
So they're family. So who's unhappy?
I don't know.
But you said he said in Kuku.
He sort of did, but I don't know whether he was referring to fans saying that or whether he was referring to.
He said people around him. Fans ain't going to be around him.
No, I mean as in.
So it's obviously
us saying why isn't he playing? Why isn't he playing? Type of thing.
So you would what? You disagree with him?
Well, listen. You can't complain. Oh, why isn't this player playing? Why isn't that player playing? If they're not performing, I'm not going to play them. Well, Jackson shouldn't have been playing in the last 4 or 5 games.
But Kuku's only got fit recently, no?
Doesn't matter.
So what's the other option? Broha. He's even worse than fucking Jackson.
Let me watch.
Yeah, Broha played.
Watch the game.
He was absolute shit.
Watch the game against
He's
Palace.
rubbed.
Watch the game against Palace. Again, Jackson chance. Nowhere near.
Yeah, but that's just like
One-on-one
Liverpool
with the keeper.
with
No.
Darwin. It's the same thing.
I don't give a fuck about them. They're not
But
my
he's
concern.
actually... Darwin's got a lot of goals as well. I can't lie. I think he's got like 8 goals. How many has Jackson got? Like 8? 9 in the league?
No, but it's not the point. Jackson's goals that he's scored have been very, very easy goals. 3 of those came against Spurs.
Yeah.
Okay?
But he scored against City.
I'm telling you, though, but it doesn't make up for the amount of chances he's missed. He misses one-on-ones with keepers.
Yeah,
he
but
skied. He was running at Bournemouth. He was running. The goal's here, and he kicked it there.
I know.
So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, but you lot called him Baby Drogba.
I never called him that. You're speaking to me. Who's you lot? I never
your
called
fan
him
base.
that. I never called him that, darling.
Your fan base did.
Okay, I've never called him Baby Drogba in my entire life.
No, your fan base.
Okay, I didn't. I don't know anybody else who did.
I do.
I don't.
I do. I know a couple.
I'm just saying that, for instance, if you look at the Wolves game and Kunku comes on.
Wasn't that Sterling's fault? You can't blame Kuku for the Wolves game.
No,
Sterling should have passed.
No, I'm saying Kunku comes on and scores a goal.
Okay. No, but I'm saying, I thought you were going to try to blame Jackson. No, but Jackson wasn't the reason why you lost that game. It's more down to Sterling. If he passes that.
I know if he passes,
at
I get it.
0-0, if he, Sophie, he
Yes.
done the Harry Kane.
He should have passed.
He done the Harry Kane.
100%
he should have passed and he didn't.
Should have passed. But if you look at that whole game, we were absolutely awful. The team selection
But
was shit.
Goals change games. That was at 0-0, Soph. You know me, I defend Sterling. He's Jamaican. He's from my area as well.
It was a terrible team he put out. Everybody I spoke to that went said it was absolutely diabolical and awful. Not just Sterling.
No, I
just
know.
as
Even on
collectively.
Twitter, I saw it. People are saying it's the worst Chelsea performance they've seen in the Premier League.
I'd say the United game was probably worse, but for Wolves was a close second. But again, I don't agree with what Poch is doing. He's moving players around. He's switching them in their positions.
You're getting back-to-back wins, though, so...
Yeah, we have, just about.
Yeah, but you done it, so...
Just about.
Maybe the tinkering is working.
Did you see the Luton game, though?
Yeah, Amari was playing. Of course I watched it.
So if you go 3-0 up, you shouldn't be letting in 2 goals.
Yeah, of course
The minute Enzo Fernandez came on, everything sort of went a little bit skew-iff.
So is Enzo the problem? Because you took him out, you're dominating, you put him into the side. You nearly draw the game.
Well, I've never been...
You don't like Enzo. You always send for him. You're like Gallagher dog.
I do love Gallagher. Looks like he's going to Spurs though, but I do like Gallagher. Conversation for the Nets pod maybe, but yeah, I think Enzo for me has never lived up to expectation. So I was doing interviews at the time for it on ITV News and everything, and it was sort of like, we know he's a World Cup winner.
That's all you know.
Yeah, stunned. But other than that, I looked back at what I said on ITV and I sort of said, the club best hope that all these players gel well together. Otherwise, we're going to be in a situation, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And that's sort of what's happened here. Now, again, yeah, we have got 2 good wins. I'm not Poch in anymore from what I've seen.
So what, are you on the fence or are you out?
He's not what I thought he was going to be.
I'd say 70% of your fan base want him gone.
Yeah, but I only said that since the Wolves game because of the team he put out. And then it keeps on doing it again and again. What I'm saying is yeah, we're getting the wins, but it makes it harder for the players on the pitch. I would hate to be Gusto, for instance, against Palace was definitely our man of the match.
Yeah, he
was insane.
Bro, he played right back, left back.
But that's what I'm saying.
He was on smoke. I was like, yo, this
100%.
guy's actually
But
quality.
I don't like that as a manager when you start moving around your defence mid-game. That's just not something that I would do. Does Pep do that?
Pep does. I don't know. I think at the start of the game is where he does when he has his mental blocks.
Yeah.
I think during the game he just keeps it.
But what Poch is doing is, but what Poch is doing as well is that we've got all these young players who are just sort of finding their feet. Imagine you just keep then switching them around and moving them all over the place. That's going to be quite confusing for them in general. Yeah, okay, Gusto was on fire in that Palace game. But just for me, I don't really like to tamper with the back. I would rather we just keep a stable back four and it just be that for the whole 90 minutes consecutively throughout the season. But again, I'm not him. I don't think he has that extra I can't tell you what his tactics are. When I look at the way we play, I can't tell you what his tactics are.
Would you sell Enzo in this window if an offer came in?
Yeah, but I don't think he's not. Who's going to buy him though?
He's a quality midfielder. Maybe it's just not working in the Premier League. Some people are not suited to the Premier League.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree.
He might
with
not be
that.
suited to the Prem. He might go to La Liga and absolutely start pinging it like Bellingham.
I completely agree with you. The Premier League's the hardest league in the world, and most players, again, Kai Havertz will be one of them, won't be able to last consistently.
You
through
always love
the
to
whole
bring in
season.
Kai. We're talking about you, bro. Stop talking about us.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
There are certain
Kai
players.
is me. Don't involve me. We're talking about you.
I'm just saying. Some players aren't built for it.
I mean,
And I don't think
Kai's in the Champions League.
Enzo just hasn't lived up to his price tag. I know his price tag ain't his fault, but can you really say he's lived up to it?
Hell no. I think he's been absolutely shocking.
He should be our number one player on the pitch every week.
Do you know how bad?
For at least assists.
Do you know how bad he's been? When he don't play, you look good. That shows you how bad. Okay, no. You all right there? Okay, no.
Excuse me, you made me laugh a little bit and I
Did I?
choked. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard to sort of say that I'm not impressed with how we've been because we've won 2 games back to back, but
You're 10th. 1 point behind Newcastle. Newcastle were
But this is
flying
what this-
high.
but
Look
this-
at this now.
but this is what
Newcastle were
happens.
flying high. Now they're 1 point above you.
But this is what happens.
They're
Chelsea
in free
win.
fall.
Chelsea win, we're 10th. Chelsea draw, we're 10th. Chelsea lose, we're
No,
still
but
10th.
look now, you're 1 point behind Newcastle. If you win your next game and they don't win, you can finally jump into 9th.
Newcastle are done out here for the moment.
You think they're done?
They're completely
Eddie Howe,
done for this season.
do they still back him? Because they've been supportive, but the injuries as well, you have to play
The
that apart.
injuries in that
But
back
now they're
line.
9th with the money they've spent. They're in the Champions League. Obviously they're out of Europe now, but going back into the Champions League, do you think that...
Well, I think what it shows is Newcastle don't have a plan B, do they? When they've got their best starting 11 on the
They have
day,
a lot of injuries, though, you know.
they're amazing. I don't give a fuck. Chelsea have got loads of injuries. You've had injuries. Everybody's had injuries, okay?
No, but Newcastle
So I'm not going to feel
have...
sorry for them for that.
They've had a lot. Like, there's points where, like,
More than Chelsea? No.
on level, I think
No.
they've had about 8 players
We've
out
got
at one
more.
point.
We had more.
They had that their whole...
In the
they
Chelsea
had their whole back-
Newcastle
let me
game,
land.
Chelsea had more players out
They
than they
had
did.
their whole back four out
So
at one point. Lascelles is playing now. Lascelles was fighting people in a fucking pub 3 weeks ago. Now he's fucking playing at centre back because their whole thing is injured. Dubravka,
Yeah.
Nick Pope.
he's not even playing anymore, I don't think.
Who? Dubravka.
No.
Lascelles. That's because Botman's back now.
Yeah.
Man just came back in.
Yeah.
Literally going to go fighting again. You understand? Nick Pope. I think that's a major loss for them because
Yeah,
Pope,
it is.
Putting Dubravka in there, that's
not
like
the
I think
same.
they've lost like 5 out of 6. It is like free fall.
No, but I looked at their game against Liverpool. The thing is with Newcastle, they're not shy going forward. They're very dominant.
Gordon, Isaac,
Yeah,
Almiron.
they're very dominant. They've got a lot of options there. It's their defence that is
And the goalie.
is
The
kicking
goalie
them.
done well, to be fair, against Liverpool. Because Liverpool, they should have been like 4-5 up in the first half. But the keeper, he actually had a good performance. I was shocked.
Yeah, so I think defensively is what's costing them. Now I'm afraid you need to prepare for things like this with injuries. Chelsea have had it. We had 11 first team players out at one point. Come on, like I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Nobody felt sorry for
Yeah,
us
but
when
you
it was
spot a
happening.
billion. Why are they going to feel sorry for you?
What are you talking about? It doesn't matter if you've got most of your players out. Then your main players that are meant to play on the pitch. I don't care how much money you spent. If they're out and they can't perform, then exactly the same as with what's happening at Newcastle, or when you have players out. Okay, let's just say you spent $1 billion and all the ones that really don't play that much are all fit and ready, but you've got Saka out, you've got Martinelli out, you've got Declan Rice out. Is that okay? No.
Nah,
Thank you.
but
Point proven.
nah, not really.
Not okay at all.
Not really, because you lot have had like your best players available majority of the season. It's only Reece James.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
No, it's not true.
Yeah.
Ben
Sterling's
Chilwell.
been available.
Ben Chilwell's been out.
That's it.
Reece James has been out.
That's it. Chilwell and
Nonny
James.
has only just come back.
You just signed him. You can't really throw him into the mix.
He's brilliant.
No, but you just signed him. The man's played like 3 games.
Lavia signed him. Didn't even get to use him in Kunku. Signed him. Didn't even get to use him.
They don't count.
What do you mean they don't
Because they're not even your
count?
starting 11. They just signed for your club.
Oh my God.
You can't. You can't bring in them kind of signs. So for me, I'm not going to use Timber.
You sign Ivan Toney and then he's out.
I'm not going to use Timber as an excuse.
You're going to then say to me, oh, but if we had Ivan Toney, it would have worked out. He's been injured since he came. No, that's what you would say to me.
Yeah, but look when Reece James, every time Reece James has played this season, he's been shit. So even if he is fit, what difference is it making? That's the point I'm making.
That's a different
you can say
story
that the player's out, but is it guaranteed that everyone knows Nkunku's a baller? But is it guaranteed he's going to be on what he's on in the Premier League? That's the thing I'm saying.
No, we don't know until they come to the Premier League.
It's like Timber. Timber's a bad boy. Timber had a good pre-season and that. He had a good first 45 minutes against Nottingham Forest. But would he he probably would have been able to keep up the form. But it's not a guarantee. So I don't use Timber as an excuse of being injured. I use Tomiyasu. I use Zinchenko being a fraud. Loaning out Tierney. The Timber one, I don't really use it. Other people will use it. But I'm like, you just signed for the club. I can't really use that as an excuse. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying with the Nkunku one.
No,
Lavia.
I do think...
With Caicedo and them, man, all right, cool. They've been, even Caicedo, you can't really say that. Enzo and that you can.
Yeah.
If Enzo was injured, cool. Reece James, cool. Chilwell, cool. Thiago Silva, cool. Them ones are honest. Even Gallagher,
Silva been
cool.
That great.
But the rest of them, I'm like, I don't know. They just signed
It's not the point though. I think we're in a different position. We're trying to rebuild an entire team. I've always said I wasn't happy with the way Todd was going about things. I didn't like the fact he was signing all these new players and throwing them in all together. They should have been integrated slowly. I mean, I say that on most of our streams.
Yeah, facts.
So it's not me. I'm just saying that if that is your project, how the hell are you ever going to get it started if half the players you've signed are all out and injured? And I've even been critical of Reece James, and I felt bad because he put on Instagram, I don't want to be injured. I've had more hate than love, basically. Not in so many words, but that's basically the ballpark of what he was saying. But I have to be critical.
I don't like when people do that.
But I have to be...
Feel sorry for me. Oh.
No, I get it. I
get
it
my
as a
violin out.
Listen, I get it as a player. Imagine that's all you know, and you know you're able mentally, but your body just isn't like playing ball. I understand that. At the same time, all I was really saying is I would love to keep him. I would love to have him there. Even if he was available for 6 months of the year, I'd still want to keep him. But he's not. And as a club, what do you do moving forward if you can't keep a player fit? He probably should have had this operation he just had long ago. Don't know why he's delayed that. And only he really knows his body. I don't really know what's going on at the club. I think we're just about getting on top of injuries now, but we still do have a fair few. And that's the situation that Todd's got himself in for. He's spent $1 billion. We've massively underachieved. We're still 10th. I don't know what was going through his head at this time. I don't know whether he thinks this long-term project, how long he thinks it's going to take to all gel well together. But by the time we get it working, we'll have to replenish again because players move on. The league moves on. It gets tougher every single year. And not even City can keep their starting 11 the same every year. They have to make adjustments. So, again, it was poor business on Todd's part to have this philosophy, whatever he had going on. I don't get it. I don't like it. Some people did. Some people were like, yeah, new young players, fresh. It's going to really work out. But it's very different in the Premier League. Maybe that would work in a Spanish or an Italian league, maybe, where it's not so competitive. But the Premier League is just different. So unless we were going to have very experienced Premier League players in with them to lead them, I mean, what's going to happen when Silva goes?
You got Dizazi and fucking Badiashile looking... That guy's shit, bro.
Badiashile...
he was good. He
shit. Was, and he's just had a few rough games.
Badiashile, he's a bag of shit.
We can't say that.
Yeah, we can. We just did.
Why can't we be constructive in our criticism?
Bag of shit.
Well, it's not very nice, is it?
He is Badiashile, bag of shit.
No, we can't say those words. Well, I don't want to say those words.
Bag of shizer.
Well, should we move on then? Because I feel like Chelsea have we're just 10th. We just love being in 10th, so we're just there. And you're bottling it. And,
Man United getting slap again. Ten Hag hanging
they've literally they've got problems all over the place.
Yeah, it's a mad thing. It's a mad
I mean,
thing.
there was that thing, wasn't there? Would you rather, like, who's worse at the minute, Chelsea or Man United? Like, who's in the worst sort of predicament? And I'm like, to be honest, I'd actually say United, just because their problems are different. Our problems are all inexperience, okay? Their problem is they have all really experienced players who, for some reason,
Don't give a shit.
They don't, do they?
I mean, that clip at the start of the game when they showed Morgan Gibbs White and he was like, yo, look at them. They don't want to be here.
Yeah, they don't.
And then the camera pans to fucking Christian Eriksen and Donny's there just like.
They don't care.
So this is Nottingham. Wow. It's right round here.
I
You didn't have a fucking clue the game was going to kick off. You understand? Like, it was just... Man United, it's a fucking hilarious to watch them. Like, it's hilarious. Like, Rashford had one touch in the second half, I think, and it was the goal.
Yeah.
One
But
touch.
even when he's playing, he doesn't look like he's enthusiastic and loving life.
Nah.
They either look... I get it when you're not winning games. It can be like, you can feel like you don't have much motivation. I understand that. You need those wins to like, sort of like keep the morale going of the club and just of yourself in general. But none of them look really like happy, enthusiastic
They
about
don't look
playing.
like there's no belief in the manager.
Nah. But then Scott McTominay comes out and says, we're all fully behind the manager.
But they're going to do that. They're
Yeah,
not
but
going
why
to
would
come
you?
out and...
But then why would you lie?
Because you have
Just
to
don't
keep
say
face.
anything.
You have to, yeah, but if they get asked the question, they know the questions are asking. Have they down tools on the manager? Do they believe in Ten Hag's philosophy? Rare tear tear. They're gonna have to address it. Like, you get me? So it's not like a shock seeing Scott McTominay say that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I
'Cause
mean,
they have to defend the manager. If he goes against him, he'll get the Sancho treatment and get sent to Antarctica
Yeah.
for 4 months. Luckily, Sancho's about to be free. You understand? German settings, he's looking like he's going to go back to Dortmund.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for that. You get me? No more Sancho meme. Suck your mother. You get me? Yeah, blood. Find some new content for your fucking
why are
Twitter now,
you a
blood.
big fan of Sancho, are you?
No, they use that meme. They use me. They say that fucking whenever he has a shit game, they post a picture of me. And they're like, yeah,
never
Sancho's
seen
fucking
that.
90 minutes. Brother,
I've never seen that.
it goes viral, so like.
You
funny.
do look you do look similar.
You're a
Oh, how
dickhead.
funny.
You're a dickhead.
You're just the older version.
You're a prick. Look at this. Oh my days. Why did I say? You never seen that?
No, I've never seen it.
So have you seen that Man United guy that praying for a miracle to
No.
come? You ain't seen that? The
Babe,
Hoyland thing.
I keep myself out of the
You ain't seen
comment
the
section
Hoyland
at
meme?
Twitter,
So there's a
Twitter.
Hoyland meme, yeah? There's some Australian guy. And
I've
his-
seen the Hoyland one,
yeah.
yes.
But then I'm the Sancho one. I was the original. So my one was like, do you know how bad it was? They did like a whole like.
Is
like,
it because of your head?
Bro, they say I look like Sancho. Like they say like they say the trim, the facial features, like because he's like a
I can
rude
see
boy.
it.
They like. I'm not with it though. Like big up Sancho in it because he's a member, blood. You understand? But so big up Sancho in it.
A member?
Yeah, he's a member. He's one of the man them in it. You understand?
Oh, okay.
So shout him out, but you get me.
I
Like,
don't know, darling. I don't know if you're one of the mandem. You are wearing flip-flops in
sliders, off whites. Let's get that in.
winter. Flip-flops with
They're
socks.
sliders. Yeah, what? Who doesn't
will
wear
never be
socks with
cool.
sliders, bro? Shout out my LA niggas. You know what I'm saying?
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, darling, I just wouldn't be wearing those in winter. to be
Well,
honest.
I got out of a car.
Okay.
It's not like I'm on the train in
Okay.
sliders. You get me?
Well, your tootsies will get cold.
Oh, my tootsies.
They will.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Sancho meme is dead and gone. You understand? Yeah, that's what they pissed me off, bro. I swear down. Rattled me.
It may come back. You never know.
What do you mean? He's
But
in
no,
Germany.
you're out of the woods for the minute.
Yeah, I'm out the woods, bro. You get
Yeah.
me? I'm safe. Safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
But-
Well, listen, yeah, but just watching United is just like, I feel sorry for the fans because, like,
Nah, I don't feel sorry for them.
no, but listen, like, you go
Nah,
and you pay
fuck
your
'em.
money and that, and none
Yeah,
of them,
pay your
none
money.
of them care.
Yeah, I don't care neither.
Like, it's bizarre. Hoyland gets his first goal, and then a week later, it's back to like,
You're dropped.
it's back to like, yeah, but it's also like back to like square one.
Yeah.
Like, no enthusiasm, no real motivation to be there. Like, you can tell, you can see it in their face though. It's not necessarily their body language, just
Mm-hmm. No.
their face.
Yeah.
Rashford looks like he just does not want to be around anyone.
Rashford, yeah, but since his gal left him,
Yeah.
his own fault allegedly, he hasn't been the same. And a lot of
But
people
listen, he
tell
could-
me that he needs a woman in his life
Yeah,
to
maybe
keep him
he's
going. Like,
maybe he's
certain
like
man
maybe he's
need a-
heartbroken
like-
and that.
Yeah, no, it's not even a heartbroken. Like certain man need a woman.
Yeah.
To like, they work off their woman's energy.
Well, you need to treat him right then.
Well, he thought he was a bad man doing up Insta model in fucking Miami, and then you get catch. So that's your business.
And that was
But
yeah.
is that everything?
I mean, I think so.
I ain't
Yeah.
talking about Man City, bro. Fun them, man. You get me? They won the fucking the Club World Cup. Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Another fucking trophy that you fucking illegally won.
Oh, did you see that? Well, I saw a tweet. Don't know if it's true.
What?
That Everton might face a few more charges or something. And I'm like, how?
And Man City's just sitting there.
That's what I mean. Man City are just like on the beach, loving life. I'm like, how is that possible?
They must have the same lawyer as the guy with the island.
Right, I think we'll end it there,
You know what I'm
darling,
saying?
because that's not appropriate.
Yeah, I'm saying. But
Okay,
look out for episode 20. Dropping what, Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, yeah, because FA Cups and all that, you get me. The cup that we last won, 2020, the cup that we won the most. If Arteta loses to Liverpool, brother.
Listen, babes,
I
you need to check.
will say this with chest. If we lose to Liverpool,
Okay.
God help this club. God help the board. God help Arteta. Because that is when I will unleash like never before. If we go and fuck the FA Cup, because honestly, that is the only realistic chance at bringing silverware home this year. Because we ain't winning the league and we ain't fucking winning Champions League. So if you, man, bottle that, if you, Mikel Arteta, pick a under-strength side, your head top is flying off.